I don't know how you feel about Elizabeth Warren, but she has a lot of detailed policies. So she doesn't just talk the talk; she does the math behind that, and you might not like the math either. A $1.25 trillion student debt proposal that would help kids pay off their debt over the course of 10 years. Now, you will pay a lot of that, but again, dismiss her at your own peril, because time and again, with one issue after another, she puts pen to paper, spreadsheets of this. Some people say the numbers don't add up. Be that as it may, the details are there. Again, you might not like the details, but she's a force to be reckoned with, and she is rocketing up in the polls right now. To campus reform correspondent, director Emma Meshell. Emma, what do you make of this? I mean, we can go back and forth on, paying student debt, providing health care for all, Medicare coverage for all, whatever the other policies are she espouses. But she does go into details that apparently many Democratic voters find appealing. What do you make of that?
Well, Elizabeth Warren's words right now that she keeps saying are, I have a plan for that. And there are a lot of people that appeals to them. But what's really dangerous about this is when you break down these plans, like you mentioned, there's a lot of flaws here. We know that when the government pours money into systems, they tend to just become bloated. And that's why tuition has skyrocketed so much since the federal government started subsidizing these loans for students. It's common now to see 18-year-olds taking out 6 figures of loans just to go to college. And this is a crisis not necessarily only of price, but of value. This is causing college degrees to become devalued. And this is a problem that really means a lot to young people. Millennials, Gen Z, these are some of the largest voting blocs in the country. So it makes sense that she would try to appeal to them. But this is a very scary thing to see, because we know that these ideas do not work in practice.
Well, I know much of it in this case is targeted at the upper 2%. They'll pay for this. Presumably, the thinking is that the rest of the folks are not, and then that will make it appealing, and that the money covers it. Now, others have crunched the same numbers and said you can't get there going after the same 2% you're going after for providing health care for all and all the rest. You eventually run out of other people's money, as the saying goes. What do you think of that?
Well, I definitely think that's true. It's not right to try to force the top 2% to subsidize programs for everyone in this country. That is not the proper way to do things. That's not what America's about. But also, this is a dangerous lesson to be teaching young people, is that when you make financially irresponsible decisions, that it is the government's job or the top 2%'s job to come in and bail you out. And it's not just going to stop at student loans. I mean, why would it? What happens when people buy a car that they can't afford, or they take out a high interest credit card and they're not able to pay that back, and then it becomes, well, I have a right to not be in debt anymore. It's important to see where the logic will go, and I think that's exactly where this kind of thing heads.
All right, Emma, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Emma Meshell.